Distinguished colleagues, I will try not to be too official, but also to share with you some of my opinions, and also to share with you some tasks which are given to me and our university, but also to you in the future years. First of all, allow me to say a few words about our university for people who are not from Novi Sad and our country. Our university is the second largest university in Serbia with 49,000 students, with 14 faculties. Most of the faculties are situated in Novi Sad, but we also have 5 faculties in other major cities of Vojvodina. So basically, we are a university covering the whole Vojvodina region and being also responsible not only for higher education and research, the highest level research in Vojvodina, but also being responsible for improving social situation, entrepreneurial, and other topics within our country, within Vojvodina as well, and city of Novi Sad and other cities in our region. We believe also that we have to do something for people living in our region to improve standards of living. And in order to do that, we are trying to be active part of our society in such a way to try to change the way of thinking of our people. Information and communication technologies are among the most important technologies in our societies. But when we talk about information and communication technologies, we shouldn't talk only about technologies. We have to talk about innovative ways of using those technologies. Because I'm a physicist, I'm close to engineers, and I think on behalf of physicists and engineers, I can say something that in the 20th century, we saw a big technological advance of whole society, of whole world, but though that technological development didn't solve most of the problem of the society. The standard of living has improved. We are living better and easier, but we still have a lot of social problem in our lives. And so information and communication technologies, beside technological development, have another task to try to, in innovative way, help our societies to change the way it works, but also to help our people to live in different way and to try to help to solving those big problems. One big task for our university and our country is to be part of the Danube strategy, for the European Union strategy for the Danube macro region. That is the strategy which involves 14 countries along the Danube, starting from the most developed countries in the upper Danube, like Baden-Württemberg, Bavaria, and then Austria, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and all the other countries. Most of them, or main part of them, are member of the European Union, but the others are not. So it is a proper combination of the European Union countries and non-European, non-EU countries, mainly accession countries, and countries at a different state of development, and of course different state of development of information and application on information and communication technologies. Serbia has a big task and big opportunity to coordinate Priority 7 of the Danube strategy. Priority 7 is knowledge society. That involves cooperation of higher education institution, cooperation of research institution, but also cooperation in the field of information and communication technologies. And I'm here not only to officially open this meeting, but also to try to learn from you something, because we have to help others in the region to try to develop information and communication technology, to coordinate these efforts, and I am sure that this cluster is very important part of this effort. I just come from another event taking place at the university premises where our UNESCO chair for entrepreneurship is organizing an event with the participation of a lot of people from neighboring countries, but also from other European countries on a similar team to try to change the way people is thinking about application of information and communication technologies. But I'm here also to ask you to help me, and that is what I asked a similar meeting a few weeks ago. There are certain targets for each priority within the Danube region. Those targets are set by the head of states and the highest political officials of the countries in the European Union. They are, for example, to invest 3% of GDP by 2020 in all European countries in research and development. Another target is to increase number of patents in each of the country by 50% by 2020. To increase number of people with higher education from current situation, and current situation in Serbia is that we have in the population between 30 and 34 only 19% of people with high education. The goal and the target for the Danube region is to increase that by 2020 to 40%. And another target which is very important for you is that by 2013 to cover the whole European region by broadband access to internet. I'm asking you, are those targets realistic? I think that we can say that most of them are not fully realistic. But it doesn't mean that we have to release the pressure on politicians who agreed upon those targets, saying that we professionals in the field of, for example, information and communication technologies, we can say, well, it's not realistic to have broadband access by 2013 to all European citizens. No, politicians should work as hard as possible to achieve those targets, and we will help them. We will help them as much as possible as professionals in the field. But also, I would really appreciate from this meeting, but also from you later, to think about those realistic targets, mainly numerical sort of target, what we can achieve and how to achieve those things to improve application of information and communication technologies in the Danube region, but of course in the whole Europe, and how that will help to our societies. It is really a pleasure for me to be here today and to open this conference. Thank you.